After the Longhorns, we have Florida at 5, Oklahoma at 6, and USC at 7. Now, the Trojans dropped from 5 to 7 after they won big. It induced some interesting BCS commentary from the head coach, Pete Carroll, this week. Let's welcome the head of USCFootball.com, Ryan Abraham. Most of the time, coaches don't want to say a whole lot about the BCS. Pete Carroll said flat out, quote, "It stinks." The response to that?
Yeah, it was really funny this week at his press conference. Sometimes Pete Carroll can be really outspoken, especially about a topic like the BCS. He's never been a proponent of it. I mean, he really would like to see a playoff-type system in place. And it's not always just because they're ranked number 7 like this week, where they dropped a couple spots after beating Washington 56-0. Even when they were ranked number 1 or 2, he's never liked it. So he would like to see some kind of playoff and have the champion decided on the field.
Are we going to see Joe McKnight playing on Saturday?
I think we will. Last week we thought you'd see Joe McKnight play against Washington, but he had that turf toe injury. He tweaked it a little bit on Thursday before the Washington game. Didn't look that good. He wasn't able to go. I saw him run yesterday. He looked fine. He could cut. He could sprint and everything, so he should go on Saturday.
The defense has shut out 3 of the last 4 opponents, Ryan. Easily the best in the country this year. Can we call it the best in the Pete Carroll era?
Pete Carroll, if you ask him in the beginning of the season, he wasn't ready to say that. He was now. He said it this week. He really thinks this could be his best defense ever, which is kind of a shame because they lost that game to Oregon State. Having this good of a defense on the field and having a really good shot of not making it to Miami would just really be a shame for this defense because they are that good.
As long as we are comparing, how about Mark Sanchez to some of the other great USC quarterbacks that have come through?
I think Mark Sanchez is ranked up there. I mean, he's not going to win the Heisman this year, but he could make a pretty good run at it next year if he has the good stats. Right now, I think you'd probably rank him ahead of John David Moody, but because of the Heismans and stuff, you can't rank him ahead of Carson Palmer or Matt Leinart at this point.
All right, Ryan, thank you very much. Talk to you again in a bit. Now, there will be a Pac-10 team at the Coliseum Saturday with only one conference loss who controls their Rose Bowl destiny. That team is visiting Cal, not USC. Ryan Abraham of USC Football and Rivals.com is back with us. USC has outscored its last 4 opponents 170-10, Ryan. Do you see Cal providing more of a challenge?
Definitely. I think Cal's going to give USC all they can handle. Jeff Tedford, the head coach for Cal, has traditionally given Pete Carroll fits at times, even though he hasn't beat him in the last 5 years. But yeah, I think it's going to be a tough game for the Trojans. But if they can keep the turnovers to a minimum, California has 17 interceptions, which leads the country, then I think USC will be okay.
How much okay? Okay by 17-14 or okay like 31-0?
I really think Cal's going to have trouble going the entire length of the field because USC's been able to get those kickoffs deep and get to the 20-yard line. I think USC's going to be able to handle them. That defense going to come through 34-10.
All right, Ryan Abraham, thank you very much.